From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Good morning and welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for November 16th, 2020. Hope you all had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good, all things considered. Had a bad reaction to a flu shot on Friday night, but other than that, we survived. And anyway, woke up to a brand new week, ready to start everything all over again. If I start coughing or I sound a little bad later on, that's because of this. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great Monday today. Hope you're having one already. And whether you're watching live or on the rerun, we appreciate you all. Hoping if you get a chance, so come see us when we're live so you can interact with us as we're about to do. We appreciate your attention. And if you're watching on Facebook on the Indie Event Network, and congratulations on last week's all-week-long Indie Event. That was a lot of fun to watch. Anyway, if you're watching us on the Indie Event page or the Rising Tide Publications page, please give that page a like. Also, if you would, please share this video. Give it a like if you would, because it helps us so much in the algorithms. Just takes a second, costs you nothing but a little bit of time. And it also makes some of your hair grow back if you've had any sort of, genetic male baldness pattern loss. Anyway, and ladies, it makes you even sexier. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you're watching us on YouTube, we also appreciate you being there, whether you're watching on the Geek Insider or the Rising Tide Publications page. Always glad to have you here. And again, please, if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. We've had a rash of subscribers over the weekend. Almost doubled what we had last week. I'm amazed, and thank you to all the new people who've signed up for this. Also, if you would please hit that bell, ring it if you would, ding, 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 and you'll get notified a half hour in advance of any shows that we do in the future. This episode is brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics, our usual sponsor. If the look of your book matters to you, then check out what Plasma Fire Graphics can do. Jeffrey Hayes does good work. He also does a lot of the trailers that you will see on and after this show. And stick around after the show, because we're going to run some trailers from some people who are really close to us and we adore. And this show is powered by geekinsider.com. Check out their slate of great broadcasts, as well as Rising Tide Publications. Now, let's get to you, and I don't think I've been ignoring you. Okay. Anyway, I hope everything's going well this morning. I've got fresh cafefe. Cookie finally woke up and all's right with the world. So anyway, let's launch into your comments, because that's what makes this show fun. And Trevor Hawkins, first in the gate. Happy Monday morning to all. Happy one to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And Teresa Dunn from YouTube also is saying good Monday morning all. Mwah! Teresa Dunn is going to get herself interviewed by a newspaper today about her brand new book, Poetry Expressions 2. Be sure to check it out on Amazon. You'll be glad you did, and so will Teresa. And Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician. Hi, my friend. How are you? I'm excellent, sir. How the heck are you? Hope you had a great weekend, brother. And don't forget to tip the host. Thank you for reminding me. And folks, pardon, you're going to hear a lot of that this next 2 hours. Anyway, don't forget to tip the host. If you like what you see here, we do have you can show your appreciation. One, you can buy one of my books. That's always a great way. And anyway, also we have a PayPal.me account /Rising Tide BKM. And every penny of that will go to the look and improvement of our programming, as well as our various and sundry book enterprises that will be rolling out strong in 2020. Anyway, thank you very much for that reminder, Jake. And let's get more comments here from the delightful Carly. Mwah. Hey, guys, she said. Hey, gal, how are you? And Jake Lindsay says, I'm eating Pepsi while drinking popcorn. Well, good for you. If that makes you happy, then clap your feet and stamp your hands. You know what I'm saying? Stupid autocorrect. I meant to say drinking Pepsi, eating popcorn. Well, it's just like you're in the theater. Put us up on the big screen there. It's all we need now is scratch and sniff cards like the old John Waters movies. And holy moly, you guys are early. Yeah, these guys, they sure beat me to it. I had a couple minutes of kerfluffle here. The computer just didn't want to cooperate with me today. So anyway, here we are though, and only 8 minutes early. Well, the early kids get the best seats. You know what I'm saying? I like the first way you said it, Jake. I did too. And Carly, I love technology. Yeah, I can hear the sarcasm in your tone when you say that. I'm setting up lights today outside. 35 candy canes, 9 deer, and whole lots more. Well, good for you, young man. Good for you. It's good that you've got ambition. And let's see. Yes, I know I've got something on Facebook. I've always got something on Facebook. Stop notifying me. Anyway, hopefully they all work. Well, Jake, there's only one way to find out. You got to put them all up. Well, good luck with that. I know you will post pictures on Facebook with that. I'm looking forward to that. And hi, Carl, says Teresa Dunn. And hi, Teresa. Sorry, I was distracted. And darn it, it's okay, Carl. Oh, anyway, Charles F. Millhouse, morning. And Charles F. Millhouse, I'm so glad you're here, because over the weekend, Charles made an announcement that due to popular demand, and I can't say I blame him, Pulp Reality was supposed to, number one, the first issue of an incredible anthology was supposed to come out December 1st, but that's been changed. You know how these, production things can change. And I've got to change this ad now because it's not coming soon. It's here. It's now. Anyway, Pulp Reality is now online, available on Amazon. Why should you be interested? Take a look at this.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality.
That's not coming your way. It's available right now for order from Amazon, so please check it out. You saw that awesome array of talent, and I'm proud as heck to be in that book, and I know Charles is proud to get that book out into your hands. The ebook is coming out soon. So be patient for that. But the physical book is out now. And December 2nd, we're going to have a special episode of Clever Title Pending where we're going to have like a release party for it. And then December 12th, please mark your calendars because Charles and I will be going to Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana to do a signing for this great book. And not only that, but we just learned we're going to be joined by Candace Comaleri, who provided some of the illustrations in that book. So please come see us. Admission is free. And it'll be a chance for you to get 3 of the contributors to sign that book right then and there. We will gladly do it. And I will give a special rate though. If you don't want my autograph, I will only charge you $15 instead of the normal $20. So you might as well get my autograph. And anyway, Teresa Dunn says, good morning, Sir Brian. Good morning to you. Mwah, Teresa. Talking to us also on Facebook. Hope you're having a great morning. And Willow Schuyler. Good morning, Nevermorians. Hope your weekend was filled with joy and laughter. Willow, I hope yours was too as well. Check out Willow's Pillow Talk on Facebook and also on YouTube. I had a good weekend myself. Friday night, like I said, I had a bad reaction. I have them occasionally, not every year, but this year I had a bad reaction to my flu shot. I don't know why. I don't care. I'm surviving it. But Friday night, I got chills and uncontrollable shaking, as well as a bit of a fever. I'm not going to tell you how high, because then you're going to ask, why didn't you go to the hospital? It was high. But we did Ron Fitzgerald's Halloween special with special guest stars Kadrolsha Ono Carol, the real-life queen of the paranormal, Charles D. Moisant, who is currently running a Kickstarter for the 2nd issue of The Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. The stories are scripted by me and feature Ron Fitzgerald and Kadrolsha Ono in separate wonderful stories. Scary stuff. And I'm also joined by a couple of my dear friends, Claudio Adriano, a great artist who we're going to be doing some good stuff later this year. We're going to bring back the Purple Claw comic. And then also Robert Brown, who's a former artist with DC and Marvel. Now he's freelance, and wow, does he have an amazing mature style that he put to use in Ron's story. It's wonderful. Then yesterday I was on CromCon at 2 p.m. Stayed for about an hour and a half talking to everyone. That was a great time. And I will be at CromCon 9 in December. Pops and I are going to work out everything. But I may actually be co-hosting with him. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, Willow, hope you had an awesome weekend too. You deserve it because you're amazing. And Grant Lankert, glad to see you, sir. Oh, hey-oh, I have 95 likes for my upcoming comic book, Beowulf. Who will be number 100? That's the way to do it, Grant. Hey, before the end of this show, let's get Grant to his 100 people. Because here's the way the algorithms work. If in the time, in the news feed, if you're signed up for that page, his odds of landing in your news feed are better when he gets 100 people than when he had 50. And that's good. That's a fast rise there, brother. I'm telling you, because I think when I gave that page a like, I think I was somewhere around 25 or so in there. So you done good, Grant. You done good. So please sign up for his page. Let's encourage this guy here. He's got some real big plans for this Beowulf book, and I'm anxious to see them reach fruition. And let's fortuitate, shall we? Anyway, Brian Rodman, good to see you. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Let's dust off the sluggish, sloth the sleuthiest slinks from our souls, and limp into the Monday morning with an attitude to attack the day. Or so we wish. Oh, but anyway, join me tomorrow night. Also, speaking of Brian Rodman, and we are, brianrodman.com. Check out Memoirs of an Angel, and also check out Clever Title Pending tomorrow night, because Brian Rodman is going to be one of our co-stars, along with Jeremy Woodring. Those two, when bound together, when they clap hands like Zan and Zana, they become the Wonder Twins. No, they don't. No, they become the Dastardly Dingoes, one of the most entertaining podcasts out there on pop culture. And you got to check out the podcast, and you got to check out Brian Rodman's comic and Jeremy Woodring's videos, and they're awesome, and they're going to be on Clever Title pending tomorrow. So please bring your questions. And Gospel Jake Magician said, I got a lecture gig for Ron Fitzgerald at the magic shop I go to. Well, cool. That's the way to do it, Jake. You're paying it forward. That's how it works. And love the intro master of Blab, Tracy Rosa. Glad to see you. Thank you for that title. I wear it proudly. And Tracy Rose is also an author. He is also an actor. He's a Renaissance Man. Check out his Renaissance Man page on Facebook, and also especially go to Amazon, because this man's got a bunch of great books, and including one coming out called Mole Hunter that you will want to check out. He's a great writer. Tracy, glad to see you. Hope everything's going well for you. Grant Lankard says, I was hoping to have my website finished in time for the show. That did not happen. Well, you see, the harder you plan, the more it will not happen. I have found this out. But it'll be done by the end of the week. My website is going to have a ton of free stuff on. Excellent, Grant. Excellent. That's a good place to put your landing page so you can assemble that mailing list that I keep nagging you and everyone else about. And Jeffrey Hayes, good morning, my friend. How are you, sir? And Jeffrey Hayes is the brilliance behind Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. Good morning, all. Make it a great Monday. Take care of yourself, Brian. I'm trying. I'm doing a crappy job of it, but I'm trying. And I'm trying to take care of Cookie. You doing okay?
I'm moving.
You're moving. Okay. Poor honey. She's still having a problem with her groin. I'm trying to help her with her groin. I'm big into groins. But anyway, Jeffrey, glad you're here. Hope you're having a great morning. And a new phone, who dis? What? What? New phone? You got a new phone and you don't know who I am? Goodness. I'm Meredith Lawgren. And please watch me on Wild One Rising every morning at 7:30 a.m. I examine things from the woman's point of view. And I get my face slapped all the time. What? Ah! Be gone, woman. Love you, honey.
Love you.
That was the finger of Cookie.
2 fingers.
2 fingers. I'm just used to one. Anyway, Molly Dales, good morning. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Hope the coffee's flowing. And good job, Brian. You didn't pull a Carl this morning. White mic working fine. See, Carl, you're not so quick to judge now when I accidentally mute myself and forget to turn myself back on. See, Carl did like I missed I saw it on the rerun, but it was a goodly amount of his drunken rant muted. And we lost, history will never know what was ranted during those precious 16 and a half minutes or 17 and a half minutes. Oh, wait, that's the Watergate tapes. Anyway, it was something else important. But thank you, Carl. I'm trying. I finally recently got it in my head that maybe if I have like a routine when I do this, that maybe it might work out better. Which is why now we have, like a sequence where once I'm really, really ready, actually what it is, when I see a certain number of people are in the chat, or watching, then I go into action. That's when we start the countdown clock. That's when we do now's the time we turn our heads and laugh, and then the intro to the show from Meredith Lawgren of geekinsider.com. Definitely check out geekinsider.com. They've got a variety of podcasts and vlogs and shows just like this, and some are even better. Was a geeky, cheeky, and downright freaky. That's a great show. Meredith and Matthew Harris do a fantastic job on that one. But anyway, I'm proud to be part of their team. But no, I'm trying to minimize my kerfuffling on here, which the odds are really against me. But anyway, thank you for noticing, Carl. I am trying hard on this. And good morning, Nevermorians. Hope you all are well. Russell Allen, we wish the same for you, my friend, from Facebook. Hope all is well with you. We had all things, even though I was not exactly 100% all weekend, I'm still not 100%. We are Oh, we had a good weekend. We got spent with my honey. Yeah, and we ate some good food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a pizza. We've got a local place called Mad Mushroom that was like about 10 blocks away from us, and we love it dearly. We've got some good pizza in this town. We really do. We had kind of a combination hamburger with Philly cheese sauce and olives, and it was a delight. It was a treat for all the senses. And so anyway, I crave another one right now. Now I'm talking about it. Damn it! I guess my appetite's back. But anyway, Carl Witzman from YouTube says, "Sorry about the flu shot." Thank you, Carl. Yeah, I normally don't get a bad reaction from it, but just the same, this time I did, and boy, it hit me hard on Friday. By Saturday morning, I was mostly over it. But still, some of the effects lingered. I had dizziness and lightheadedness till late yesterday, but now I'm feeling pretty good, except for a cough and a little bit of congestion. So I'm calling it a win that once again the Grim Reaper has tried to get me and failed. All right, give up. So anyway, no, I'm here. I got too much to do. I got too much to get accomplished, so I can't let anything happen to me. And you've got too much going to. By the way, speaking of shots, I've been reading some articles, as I'm hoping all of you have, about the upcoming COVID vaccines. And Noreno or something like that and Pfizer have both announced there's like 4 shots that are looking promising. And Pfizer and Noreno, I think it is, whatever the name of the company is, have recently sent their findings to Anthony Fauci. And Pfizer is claiming 90% effectiveness. And Noreno is claiming 94 point, close enough to call it 95% effectiveness. And said that they've tested something like, in the latter case, they've tested something like 33,000 people with this. And of all of them, something like 19 people actually caught the disease, and they were all in the placebo group. You have to have a placebo group to make sure it's just not mind over matter, that the body isn't healing you simply because it believes it can, which is a real thing. So anyway, Noreno is saying that they could possibly have a binary compound, because it's a shot that you take once and then a week later you get the backup shot. They could have theirs out by the end of the year. Pfizer's saying they could have theirs out by the early part of 2021, both of which is good news. The other thing is that by the end of next year, I think both of them are claiming they could have 1 billion doses in circulation. This is good news. We're making progress, people. Stay strong. Now, my understanding is that our government, I can't speak for other governments, of course, but from what I've read, our government is planning to give it to the people higher, or actually first line responders, like doctors and nurses, which, yeah, do it. They deserve it. They really do. They get it first, and then the second wave will be high risk people, which would mean our elderly, people with conditions that leave them, with compromised immune systems, and people like that. And I would probably fall into that group, but I would wait till the last, if I had to. But and then after that, of course, then it would be the general public. So it's better times are coming, friends. I keep telling you. Better times will be coming. Anyway, just stay strong, people. We'll get through this together, like I've been saying. And I have an interview with my newspaper today, says Teresa Dunn. Yes, we're proud of you, hun. That is great. Teresa's going for it. Good girl. Poetry Expressions 2 available from Amazon today. And good morning, Sarah. Mwah, glad to see you as always, darling. The weather, and glad to see you also on Master Ron Fitzgerald's show the other night. It was good to have you there. And my sister, Pam Rashiel, my honorary sister. The weather was crazy this weekend, and I end up binge watching your reruns I'd missed. Love the out of you. I love the out of you too, Sarah. I really do love you. Anyway, I'm glad to see you here. And yeah, the weather was odd. I mean, we had, it was a little chillier. Not that I went out that much. I think I only went out once the whole weekend to get the pizza and to get the mail, which I made in one trip. Pardon me. But yeah, we had some serious wind coming through here. I don't know how it was for you, but we had serious wind and we had quite a bit of rain, especially on, I think it was Saturday night. I'm glad I wasn't broadcasting that night, but yeah, we had some serious weather. Glad you came through it though. And all right. And someone else I love, there's author Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Good morning, everyone. Written on His Heart. Brand new book. She's already working on the sequel. And Cookie. Sounds like you got my congestion, girl. Hey, I've got some saline. What helped me this morning, I got some the saline. It's on my table in the bedroom.
But it's not in my sinuses. It's all lower.
Yeah, so is mine. It's in your butt? What? Congestion in your butt? Poor girl. Anyway, pick out the work of Kathy Jackson's available on Amazon. She is an amazing writer. She really is. Glad to have you here. And oh my goodness, Brian, take care of yous. I'm trying. I'm doing a terrible job of it. I'm more concerned with Cookie. But anyway, hey, Sarah, says Carl Witzman, check out a new thing over on Facebook, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's right. Yes, Carl has started the Church of the Rising Tide. It's our tax dodge. I mean, our fake religion. I mean, enterprise. And I'm the only. I think I'm the only person in the church with no title, which is the way I want it. I want this little, what? I'm getting a look of significance from off screen.
You're a mister.
I am Mister. But I'm not a the yet. I'm not the Brian K. Morris. We have a the Eric Hawkins, though. Because that's how he wants to be addressed now. Bless you, honey. Did you get any coffee? Good girl. Take a sip. It'll cure everything that ails you. I'll pull out the Tim Hortons if we have to. I'm ready to bring out the big guns. But, okay, you're well again. Quit your whining. But anyway, no, Carl is our dark pope, and we have several positions available. We need a missionary now that I think about it. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a position.
The show's gone to hell already, and I'm the one that took it there. Which is why we need a church. So anyway, let's move on quickly. Russell Allen said we had to pick up Carl Witzman from the police station. Apparently he was dancing to I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas in his birthday suit at the local Licky Mart. Carl has been known to spread the holiday cheer once or twice. So definitely check out the Drunken Rant. I don't know why he would be naked in front of a C-store, but check out the Drunken Rant. Every other Friday usually, although Carl's been doing more green rooms. Now Carl experimented with StreamYard last week. He's going back to the Facebook rooms. But you can go there if you're a member of Uncle Carl's Secret Humor Group, and you join that by passing two tests. One, you must be unoffendable. You must not be triggered. And two, you must have a sense of humor. You're going to need it. Anyway, a lot of fun stuff goes on in Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. So approach Uncle Carl, the Dark Pope of the Church of the Rising Tide, and his chief priestess, Carlene, or anyone that is a member there. And if you pass, if you'll admit to knowing any of us, which means you should exclude me, you can get in and share the fun. And Sarah, oh, cool, Carl. Thanks for letting me know. Of course I want to. Yeah, we know you want to. We could see it. And yeah, thanks for the ride. Carl says, thanks for the ride home. Yeah. Yeah. Russell's good like that. He's a true humanitarian. Also, check out ZenoNanititan.com. The book's hopefully doing well. I haven't checked on it in a few days. Hopefully doing well in its crowdfunding. And here he is, the one, the only, let's hope, Christian Basil. Arise, Monday Morris Monster. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. Beep. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would have seen Brian screaming like a little girl out of his house, naked across the street, streaking for his life. This was a test of the emergency broadcast system. Thank you. In association with other broadcasters in this area on Facebook and on YouTube, we have it on our civic duty to present the civil defense tests every now and then, and we have failed. Anyway, Kelly Austin has joined us of Pulp Reality #1. Morning call, Brian. I need your infinite wisdom on this. Buck Rogers in the 25th century or Flash Gordon? Which is better? Ooh.
Depends who's writing.
Yeah, it depends on who's writing. That's what I was thinking. Actually, I'll judge that in various ways, if I may. I'd love to hear everyone else's opinion on this. Serials, I think they're about equal. Although I kind of get Buck Rogers a little bit of the edge there. I think I'm going to go with Buck a little. In terms of prose, Buck wins because, of course, he appeared in an old issue of Amazing Stories. Armageddon, I think it's something like Armageddon 2149. But he wasn't Buck then, he was Anthony Rogers. But it was the basic same story of a man who is put in suspended animation and wakes up in the far future. So prose, I give it to Buck. Serials, Buck has the slight edge because I like the stories better. Movies, now a couple episodes of the Buck Rogers TV show were put together for as a theatrical release, which is where I saw it initially. And the only difference that I can remember is where Buck kicks Tiger Man in the groin to no visible effect, and Buck says, "Oh, that's it," which you didn't hear on TV, of course, and you didn't hear it here because we bought the 7-second delay. No shit. Anyway, but as far as theatrical releases, Flash wins, hands down. Superlative performances all around. Sam Jones, Timothy X Bond, and Doctor Who actor Timothy Dalton. Brian Blessed. Oh my God, the iconic Brian Blessed. Gordon lives. Oh well, who wants to live forever? I love that sequence with the Hawkman. And Richard O'Brien, who created the Rocky Horror Picture Show, is in it also. And Max von Sydow as Ming is flawless. Plus, the script was written by Lorenzo Semple Jr., who was one of the chief writers on the Batman 1966 Batman TV show. So, incredible. And plus, the greatest soundtrack of all by Queen. Okay, so it wins movies hands down. Now, TV, I definitely give it to Buck because Gil Gerard was terrific as Buck Rogers, and it got even better the second season when the producer came on. He used to work on Gunsmoke, of all things, and became a little darker, a little more intriguing. There was a Flash Gordon series. Oh, this is about 7 or 8 years ago on Sci-Fi that was just a side of god awful. The guy who played Whitney on Smallville was the star. He was great. He was terrific. But the scripts were pretty sad. It was trying to remake Flash in a contemporary setting, and I just don't know that it worked. Now, in comics, they both had some good runs. In fact, it was a Flash Gordon limited run by Dan Jurgens, one of the men who killed Superman. So about 40 years ago now. But Gold Key released some really good Buck Rogers comics with art by Frank Boll and Al McWilliams. Now the comic strips, of course, Alex Raymond on Flash Gordon, that was beautiful work. And so I have to give him a slight edge, but the Buck Rogers strip was right behind it. Not so much for the original artist, Dick Calkins, who I thought was great, but there were later runs by George Tuska, who was a longtime Iron Man artist and one of my favorite artists ever, and one of the nicest men who was alive at the time, Murphy Anderson, who inked damn near everything for DC. So anyway, long answer, but overall I have to give Buck Rogers the edge, although I do love Flash. Carl Witzman, anytime, let's do it again tomorrow in tandem. Yeah, tomorrow you can wrestle Russell Allen as he boogies naked by the gas pumps. It'll be great. And Eric Hawkins, good morning all. Eric, good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a great weekend. Good to see you. Sorry you couldn't join me on CromCon yesterday. I put out the word to you and someone else, and but it was a good time. We had fun despite your not being there. Oh, and by the way, as much as I love Superman, you may not be seeing this coffee cup soon. We'll explain later. And Carleen, yay, Teresa, go girl. And Brent Schurman, good to see you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My first book is available on Amazon. It's a 40-page book of celebrity drawings, and it's available in paperback and digital. Good for you. Wish you'd left us an address on that, Brent. Yeah. Anyway, Brent, good to see you. And your many pseudonyms. Molly Daniels, I spent the weekend lying on the couch watching TV and snuggling with my dachshund. Sounds like a productive weekend. Good for you. The Eric Hawkins goes, remember, give your tip to the host. Wait, is that right? Sure. Pardon me. Yeah, I'll take tips. Like, don't ask for money. But anyway, Eric, it's good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend, brother. And woo, Teresa, way to go. Yeah, seriously, Teresa's doing it. Teresa's making it happen. And this is the week to do it, folks. This is always the week to do it. And I just, man, am I behind. Wow. A lot of great comments. Wow. I wish I had, wish I'd caught up with them. Anyway, no, seriously, there we go. StreamYard, like I said, will dump comments in here. And I think it's because of the venue. I think it's Facebook that does it now. It was YouTube for a while. But anyway, Teresa Dunn follows up. Hey, you want some good news to start out your November? Teresa D. Dunn, that's her professional name, has a brand new book release, Poetry Expressions 2. The first book was so good, it had to have a sequel, now with more poetry. It's available from Amazon in paperback, and the ebook will be out soon. So be sure to get your copy today on Amazon. I am so proud of Teresa, and she is publishing this herself. God bless Cherry House Press for doing the first one, but now Teresa's doing it on her own. And not everyone is liking the show. Naughty. Yes, please, if you are enjoying even somewhat this show, please give us a like. It does help in our visibility, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you very much. And thank you for the influx of YouTube subscribers. Over the weekend, I got almost 100 YouTube subscribers, and I'm greatly appreciative. Thank you very much, all of you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because we are going to be doing some original content soon that you'll like, hopefully. And Mike Ebert, glad to see you. Or Mike Ebert, excuse me. I didn't see the extra B in there. Mike, good to see you, sir. We'll be reading your story soon in my new book, Pulp Reality Story, Captain Hawkland and the Clockwork Buccaneer. That's my story. Yes, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave us a review on Amazon when you're done. I would appreciate that. And I know Charles F. Millhouse would. Thank you, Mike Ebert. But yeah, that's my story. It's about a clockwork buccaneer that is trying to prevent American scrap metal from making it to England to help them in their defense against the Nazis. And I have fun writing that story. And God bless you, Charles F. Millhouse, for trusting me with your character. I imagine your palms were swaying the entire time. But actually, there's 2 Captain Hawkland stories in that book. If you haven't seen Captain Hawkland yet, he is a fun character to read and to write. And the other one is Bobby Nash did one, and it's a team up with Bobby Nash's Sky Ranger and Captain Hawkland himself. And next issue, for number 2, I am already working up a pitch for Captain Hawkland to meet Doc Saga, my creation. And I think it'd be fun to have like Doc, or not Doc, but to have Captain Hawkland meet a new character every issue. I think that'd be fun. I could work that up. Anyway, thank you, Mike Ebert. I hope you enjoy that book. And Molly Daniel says, I still have Halloween decorations I need to put away. I still have my show stock to put away. I haven't. It's been sitting in the living room since my last show, which was Kokomo Con. It's about a month ago. I better do something. And it's always Halloween, Molly. That's true. And it's and Molly, she's right. Sarah reminds us that we need to keep the season in our heart. Remember the festive Halloween tree. Remember the joy of waking up on Halloween morning, knowing you had a show with Master Ron Fitzgerald to look forward to, and the Halloween gifts under the tree, most of which have been, declawed and defanged. It's a festive time of the year. It's a special time for many of us. So, Sarah's right. We need to always keep Halloween in our hearts. And I'm sick of this war on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting it. Grant Lankard says, when my website is finished, you'll be able to download a brief but fun and free comic book, a preview of Beowulf, and behind-the-scenes info not only, but over 20 pages of free content. Man, Grant is going for it. Good on you, man. And people were demanding Pulp Reality #1, and you can find it here. Definitely. Check out Pulp Reality #1. I'm on the wrong computer. I should have brought my my Bitly address for that. But anyway, check it out. It is easily findable. Look up Charles F. Millhouse. I gotta see if I can't tie that onto my group, my author page, if you don't mind. And speaking of people I don't mind, in fact, I like the heck out of him, is Nicholas Anthony Tockard. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, my friend. Feels like we had to strap down to survive that win, but a busy week abounds for the mighty Manatee Mana Master of Marketing. Check him out on Amazon. Also, check out his lovely spouse, Amanda Tockard, who is also an author, also on Amazon. And Nick, I can imagine the wind farms near you could probably chop trees with the blades whirling around so fast. That must have been quite a show. It's pretty interesting weather here in Indiana a few days ago. But anyway, what's this Halloween you speak of? I only know of Christmas and Thanksgiving. Jake, oh, you're missing out on the joys of Halloween, where Mom cooks for hours to make the festive Halloween turkey with all the trimmings and the Halloween dressing and the Halloween cranberry sauce. It's a festive time for the whole family, where we give thanks to all the toxic and dangerous and supernatural things around us. And Sarah says, Jake, Halloween is my holiday. Well, thank you for letting us share it, Sarah. And Ted Davies, good morning, all. Good morning to you, Ted. Good morning, my friend. How are you this morning? TedDaviesArtistry.com. Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook and on YouTube. Check out his YouTube page. It is astounding. He's got all kinds of great interviews with creative people, as well as his many art excursions and a fantastic monthly cigar appreciation show. I'm not a smoker, and I watch it. I really enjoy watching these two together. They've got really great chemistry. And it's Ted Davies and our own Carl Witzman. Or it's Carl Witzman and our own Ted Davies, however you want to put it. But anyway, check out that show. And Mike Ebert says, great price, great story, cool illustrations. What's not to like? Yeah, seriously. And I'm knocked out by it. And if anyone, again, like I said, is in the Kokomo, Indiana area on December 12th, Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana, on Geek Street in the downtown square. Comics Cube, Sean D. Hilton, God bless you, young man, is hosting not just Charles for a signing of Pulp Reality #1. You can pick up an issue directly from the publisher and chief creative spirit behind it. But I will be there to sign copies, as will artist Candace Comaleri. Plus, we're going to, on December 2nd, we're going to have a special episode of Clever Title Pending to celebrate the release of this book. pardon me. And also keep an eye out. I think it's around December 5th. I will also be involved in a launch party for T.L. Shively, Evil Lynn to my Orko. She's a darling lady, an amazing writer, and she's got a brand new book release coming out on December 5th, and I will be helping her with that. All right. So if you think you've seen quite enough of me, you're going to be absolutely nauseous before the end of the year. December, it ain't just the goose is going to get stuffed. You're going to be stuffed with a lot of Brian. We're all about the stuff in here. And Ted Davies, good morning from Russell Allen to you. And Brian Rodman says, if you're wondering who in the wide world of sports is going to be the next guest on Clever Title Pending, well, head on over to the Dastardly Dingoes podcast on YouTube at bit.ly/DastDingoes and check out our nerdy ridiculousness for all the world to see. Trust me, folks, tomorrow night's going to go off the rails real quick. That's kind of been the theme the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? First, we had the amazing Nick Tockert on, who out-energied me. It was like I had to keep up with him. And then last week, we had Bobby Nash and Jim Beard, two amazing new pulp authors. And I can't remember when I've laughed so hard. I was just having so much fun riffing with those guys, and we actually got some good information out. So if you want to get involved in creativity, particularly in writing and publishing, you got to go back and check last week's Clever Title Pending. God knows what Brian and Jeremy are going to bring. I have no idea. I will do no prep whatsoever, and we're just going to roll with it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And there we go. There is Charles F. Millhouse's link to Pulp Reality #1. You can order directly on Amazon. You can get it if you have Amazon Prime. You can get free shipping, and if you order it today, you can have it before Thanksgiving. All right, and Pulp Reality makes a lovely Christmas gift. But anyway, please check it out. And anyone who subscribes to my Patreon page, which we're going to pop that up real fast. There it is. All right. Yes, we have a Patreon page. Excuse me. We've been having trouble getting our PDFs up on there. It's on our end. It's not Patreon's fault at all. We got distracted with merch yesterday. We'll have more details later. But anyway, we're going to talk about it, and we will reveal the website for our new project coming out on the Patreon page, and it will be exclusive. I want to do one thing and make sure the Patreon people get first crack at it. But anyway, we will be announcing that probably in December, in time for your Christmas gift giving. I'm excited by it. I really am. It's something I've wanted to do for a couple of years now, and Cookie and I finally made it happen. And there's some good stuff in there. I'm excited. I'll let you know later. But anyway, we have a Patreon page where $1 will get you something. All right. You get exclusive looks at. We've started a blog on there. We're doing our NaNoWriMo progress. Damn little of it this weekend, but also we're doing. We do a blog on there at least once a week, frequently more. We're trying to ramp up to every day. Also, we. $1 will get you your name mentioned in every Rising Tide Publications publication from this point on. And this includes our upcoming audiobook, Sandestein, the Post-Holiday Prometheus. That'll be out in 2021. Also, for $5, you can get sneak peeks at our, at our first draft flash novel, which we're working on for National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo. You'll get sneak peeks of that, and for $10 you will get to, once we get them uploaded, you'll get to see and download actually PDFs of our work. So we're kind of excited about that. That'll be a lot of fun. And let's see what else. And we're going to do something special for our subscribers. We're going to get them some copies of some hard copies of stuff. Plus, we got some special thank yous for being patient so far with us. So anyway, please check out our Patreon page. That's www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. How does Patreon differ from other crowdfunding sources? Well, although you can use it for one-time projects, Patreon is a monthly subscription where, for a reasonable price, you can support your favorite creators. And it's like, in my case, 1, 5, or 10, or whatever you want to pay is fine with me, as long as it's the whole dollar amount. And like I said, $1 will get you something. So please check out our Patreon page. We've already got some stuff that you might find interesting. All right. And let's see, here we go. But anyway, check that out. Bit.ly PulpReal01. I've got to memorize that. That's the shortcut to getting to the page where you can order Pulp Reality #1, published and edited by Charles F. Millhouse, who also has a story in there. It'll be great. And I love Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, that's sweet of you, Jake. I love you too. No, I love Mariah Carey too, or would kill for the chance to. But yeah, she's beautiful. She is crazy talented. She really is. And I have to say, this really set me off about Justin Bieber, because he put out a Christmas album a few years ago, and I've always been lukewarm about Justin Bieber anyway. This world doesn't need another. He's a he's a decent singer, but I don't see him as a gangsta rapper. And he's done some really stupid things in his misspent youth. But he did supposedly a duet with Mariah on one of his albums, and all it was her song with him just singing over it. You can still hear her. It's the same bleeping song. He just added his vocals to make it sound like he's singing with her. And I thought, that is the cheapest thing I have ever heard in my life. So I'm no fan of Justin Bieber, but I'm still a fan of Mariah Carey because she's awesome. Pardon me. Michigan is back on lockdown starting Wednesday for 3 weeks. Oh my God. Yeah. Ted, I saw that. Your governor, Michigan is having some serious COVID problems. There are parts of Indiana that are. By this time, we were supposed to be the mask thing was supposed to be voluntary after November 1st here in Indiana, but we've had some definite hot spots. It's like the green, yellow, orange, red system, and red is you guys are screwed. Kokomo is red right now. We are orange because of the idiot students at Purdue University, excuse me, who thought that they were invulnerable to COVID and started having parties, which violates the code of conduct at Purdue University. And everyone that's done that, that's been caught, has been expelled from the university. So good on Purdue. But it's so bad. Our Purdue president, Mitch Daniels, is actually getting combat pay. Seriously, he's getting combat pay to work there. But yeah, we are in the Tippecanoe County where Lafayette's at. We are in orange alert. And there's about 5 different counties that are in. There's like 3 or 4 that are in red, and about 5 or 6 that are in orange, and we're one of them. So, and yeah, when I got sick Friday night, my first thought was, "Oh my God, I've got it." And it's funny because I just received an e-letter from a pharmaceutical company. I volunteered to be a guinea pig for the COVID, and now I don't know that they'll take me now. But anyway, we'll have to get back to it. And good song, says Sarah. Yeah, it's like, how can you hate that song of Mariah Carey? You've got no human soul or anything close to it if you do. But yeah, we're nearing the Christmas music season, so brace yourself if you don't like it. And if you're like me, though, bring it on. I love it. And Jake Lindsay is putting on his red jammies and dancing in the snow. Russell Allen, you may need to make a diversion here. And Carl, scoot over in the back seat. Let it go. Can't hold it back. Best song ever. Yeah. And Molly Daniels is getting naked now too and dancing in front of the C-store. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I'll tell you the ones I need to hear 2 songs every year. One, of course, is Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas in Sarajevo, because I just absolutely love that song. Another one is actually, there's a third one, Twisted Sister, "O Come All Ye Faithful," because actually that was basis, that was the inspiration for We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister, a big hit back in the 80s. And then the third song, and this is stupid as hell, Lou Monte, Dominic the Christmas Donkey. It's an idiotic fun song about this Christmas donkey. And Lou Monte does a wonderful rendition of it. Now, the thing is, we used to have Sirius XM radio in our van. And one Christmas, they have like 2 or 3 channels of Christmas music every year, and a Hanukkah channel too, which is cool. But they were playing one year. This is like, it seemed like it was every third song was Lou Monte singing about hee haw, hee haw, hee haw. It's Dominic the donkey, and it became almost like, ha, they're playing it again, so going quite mad. But after that, then the next year they didn't play it so much, and we're like, where the hell is it? And so we always make sure we listen to Dominic the Donkey at least once every year. Russell Allen says, guys, I'm so excited to bring Xeno and Anti-Titan to life on Kickstarter at 8 p.m. Central from Russ Explode Studios. Books with Heart. Is that 8 p.m. tonight? Cool, dude. Share that on the Rising Tide publication page. I thought it had already started. Good. Glad to find I haven't missed it. So now you can find it at Kickstarter. There is the link. Bookmark that link, people. In fact, you could probably go there right now and be notified of when that goes live. So do that right now. I've read the book. It is really good. If you like old-time science fiction, space opera stuff, that's the thing for you. All right. Carl Westman, that is the only decent Christmas song. I don't know. There's a lot of them I like. Like Jake Lindsay and I have bonded over Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I love their heavy metal Christmas music. And honestly, the Twisted Sister Twisted Christmas is one of my favorite Christmas albums ever. It doesn't the only song they send up is the 12 Days of Christmas. And it's all based on Twisted Sister stuff. But they do. Also, Dee Snider does a great duet, Not All I Want for Christmas, I'll Be Home for Christmas, with Lita Ford. It's a beautiful song. It's really beautiful. And Molly Daniels curses her computer because it can't spell hippopotamus. And Ron's show was wonderful, says Sarah. Yeah, I thought he did a great job. It was a vast improvement. The first show was terrific, too, granted. But Ron solved a lot of his technical issues, and I was really happy to be there, as always. I'm just sorry I couldn't be there in person. But, Sarah, I'm so glad you were there. It made me happy. And your declaration that I actually had a human soul. Who knew? But anyway, Sarah, glad you were there. Thank you for everyone who showed up, actually, to Ron's extravaganza. I think his next one's going to be like December. Correct me if I'm wrong, December 19th. I think he's going to have a December show. That's going to be fun. And Molly Daniels agrees. And Gino Calistini, morning all. Gino, thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Madhouse. We do this 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Central. And if you got anything to promote, like a website, your Kickstarter, your creative work, your own broadcasting, whatever, put a link in the comments and we'll share it. We'll read it out loud and everyone will love you. And good morning to Heather Ellen. Mwah, good morning to you, darling. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. And why is it when I read Willow saying good morning, Nevermorians, I hear Robin Williams, good morning, Vietnam? So a lot of us do that. That's become iconic. Like, good morning, Nevermorians. That's going to be, it could be our greeting from now on. It's because you got Robin Williams on the brain, and there are worse things to have. Only a hippopotamus will do, says Carl Witzman. When I was single, I had many a weekend like that. No, never mind. You don't need to know that. Ted Davies, my good friend lost his mother, at the hospital on Saturday to COVID. Please keep them in your thoughts. Seriously, Ted. Our sincerest condolences, and may all the memories be golden. That is a shame. That's... how can anyone deny this is happening? Seriously, it just astounds me. And we are now, every day it seems like we're setting records in terms of infections and global infections. I think we're doing 1 million people a day as far as infections go on a global basis. Indiana, I think, is nearing 4,500 people. who have died from it. And it's real, people. It's not a government plot. It's not an attempt to take away your freedoms. In fact, I saw a beautiful meme yesterday. Said, if wearing a mask is the worst form of oppression you've ever faced, then you've had a pretty good life. So anyway, that's the way it goes. And that's the only way to say good morning, Brett. That's right. Good morning, Molly. All right. Russell Allen, Heather Ellen, good morning. And Russell Allen, good morning. See, you're getting sick of it before I'm done. And Grant Langard, I liked it, so there's one more. There we go. And Phil Thompson, morning. Good morning to you, Phil Thompson. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Good to have you here. And Molly Daniels, no crocodile, no rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses. Yeah, when I was single and alone, many a time I'd wander by the zoo. And never, you don't even know. I don't think the statute of limitations is over on that. Anyway, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. That's another fine song. Oh my gosh, yes. God, I'm trying to think. And what is it? So many great songs, modern songs like, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. OMG. And I think it's awesome. I still love it. I used to have this album I still have this album in CD, but I had a copy when I was a kid. It was the Beach Boys Christmas album. And, one side is the Beach Boys performing, or actually probably the Beach Boys in front of the Wrecking Crew, if you know that story. And then the other half is orchestral backing. And it's the beautiful harmonies of the Wilson brothers. OMG. It was a fantastic album. Still is. And also Elton John's Step Into Christmas. I just dig the hell out of that. And hippopotamuses like me too, says Carl Witzman, as do all of us. Ted Davies says, on a better note, keep your spirits high and inspired. Get podcasts dead. Oh, I like how you work that in, brother. Anyway, check him out on Anchor FM. Ted Davies has a brand new podcast series going on. I'm proud of that man. So proud. Doing good, sir. Doing good. And Christian Basil, who's also doing good, Facebook.com/The Traveling TARDIS Live. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, The Life of a Time Lord, a tribute to J.R. Hibbert. This past Wednesday, the Whoniverse lost one of its own here in Central Florida. This episode is a tribute to Fourth Doctor cosplayer J.R. Hibbert, who changed many lives of the con world and how he affected all of us in his life. Definitely check out that show. Definitely check out The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And yeah, that and HoloCon got hit by losing two of their cosplayers to the COVID. They lost it. And people that made a huge impact on the lives of people there. And I will try to tune in for that show, Christian. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And also, please check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS page on Facebook. There's the address there. Christian has just passed 40,000 people. We want to get him to 50,000 by Thanksgiving. I think it can be done. And if you are unaware of the magnificence that is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, here's a taste.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
That's the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Hashtag become part of the legend. And speaking of legendary, there is Nick Tockert saying hashtag take care of Cookie. That's what my days and nights are about, brother. You know that. Anyway, thank you, brother. And Luke Stone, good morning, Nevermorians. Luke, good to see you, my man. Hybrids, the Sons of God, trade paperback, coming soon to you. It's going to have a couple pages in there by myself and the Eric Hawkins. And Luke Stone's teaming up with new author Meredith Loughran, who is got her first comics work in that book. Is that exciting or what? Luke, it's good to see you, man. Hope your weekend went well. Hope all is well with you and the family. And Brian got 2 fingers. Yeah, the only time I ever ask for 2 fingers, there better be some whiskey involved. You know what I'm saying? And Luke Stone, good morning. And Christian Basil, I'd love to see women's things from my point of view. We'll see what we can do for you. And Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician, says, Sarah, I have 13 fingers. Cookie only gives me 2, but they're usually on different hands. And Clyde Hall, good to see you, a fellow contributor to Pulp Reality #1. Happy Monday mornings. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And 13 is a lucky number, Jake. Yes, especially if you make it that way. All right, good thought, Sarah. And Carl Wisman from YouTube says, I should have a checklist and made Carly go through it while I say check. Yeah, I tried that once, and the thing is, you got to look at that thing. I had it off to one side. I got in a hurry. I made the thing. I actually did it a couple. I went through the thing and I did everything I was supposed to, and it worked. And then I found some things I didn't put on the list, and that didn't work. And so I revised it, and then I would get in a hurry and I'd forget to look at it. And now I just figure, I better ingrain the behavior. That's probably the best chance I've got. But is it more precisely Monday Morians? It is a Monday Morian day kind of thing, Clyde Hall. And we're glad to see you. Also, check out doomrocket.com for the amazing reviews of Clyde Hall. Plus, he's got some great prose coming up. I'm proud to say he's going to be a contributor to the Doc Saga book coming out soon. And good morning, everyone. Mwah! Amy Hale, author AmyHale.com, author Amy Hale on Facebook, and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook too, her uproarious page of bad behavior. Anyway, and mostly for me. But anyway, Amy, good morning to you and John and the family. Hope you all are doing well. And Teresa Dunn has a graphic there that I can't see on here, but that's okay. Single and ready to mingle, says Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician. So if you're a female and have a pulse, check out Jake Lindsay. He'll be checking you out too. And Arnie's. Arnie's has fantastic pizza. I also like Hot Box Pizza here in town. There's a couple other places there's a number of places I haven't tried, but what is it? A-Zip. A-Zip has some amazing designer pizzas there. It's great. And I also like Walt's flatbread ones. I haven't had Walt's. I haven't been to Walt's. I don't think I've been to Walt's since you and Cookie and I went. And there he is, Charles D. Moisant. It had so much fun hanging out with you this weekend. Truly was a blast. Cannot wait to see you at a convention again. Charles, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm looking forward to conventions happening in general. And Charles, I got a big mention out yesterday during CromCon. We put the links up and everything. It was awesome. And anyway, please check out Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. It is currently a Kickstarter campaign. I'm glad you reminded me, Charles. Now, we have met the modest goal of $300. We are at $577. I'd like to see us hit $600 at least before the end of the week. There is 2 weeks left to go. 24 backers, but this is going to be a great book because one, I wrote the stories in it. Charles helped plot a couple of them. And we are joined by great artists like the amazing Robert Brown, formerly of Marvel and DC Comics, who's done an amazing job on the story I wrote, and Claudio Adriano. We're collaborating again, and he did a fantastic job. Plus, there are 2 variant covers that I did the photography for, and it features the 2 stars of the comic. No, it's not me and Charles. It's Master Ron Fitzgerald, the Chicago-based illusionist, the master of the dark realm, the master of dark sticky magic, and twice the former mayor of hell. He can prove it. And also the real-life queen of the paranormal.com, Kadrolsha Onakarol. They're both in a pair of exciting stories that you will dig. So please check out Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove and get your copy today. And Brian Rodman says, the last week or so has been so special as our amazing backers for Memoirs of an Angel, issue 6, Memoirs of an Angel issue 6 have been blasting social media with pictures and reviews of the issue and series. I genuinely can't express enough how much this means to me. I was talking all weekend with a new reader who was giving me the play-by-play as he read the entire series so far. This is what it's about, folks. Yeah. It's the little feelings, the big feels you get, the little things that mean a lot to us creators. And Brian, that is beautiful, man. I love seeing that. And that's a great book, Memoirs of an Angel. I've read the first few issues. It's fantastic. You need to get it. And Brian Rodman agrees. He says, and in fact, if you want to see what all the fuss is about, head on over to brianrodman.com and check out the horror fantasy comic series Memoirs of an Angel, about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race against time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. You can join the adventure, and you should do it today. Excellent. Yeah, check it out, brianrodman.com. Lots of good content there. And, it's funny because yesterday I was on CromCon, like I said, and it was funny because I mentioned your tagline about it's the Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, and Pops Van Zandt, who I love, he's a great guy. He's just like, wait a minute, I need a moment. I can't wrap my head around this. You could see him almost breaking out into a sweat, trying to pair up Lord of the Rings and The Exorcist, and I'm trying to tell him, Pops, we can move on. That's the point of the tagline. He goes, no, man, I need another minute here. I can't quite get it down yet. I'm trying to figure out how they match up. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, Gino Castellini, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. After December, we will be migrating the comic shop to indie only, and would love to have some Rising Tide add to the family. Gino, talk to me. We do wholesale stuff. We do things. Send me a PM, man, on Facebook, and we will discuss this. Like gentlemen. Well, you'll be a gentleman. I'll just be me. Anyway, and thank you very much, Gino. And Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician, says, try the mist. It's way easier. Yeah, but I know the shot is covered by my insurance. I know some places do charge a little something for the mist. And actually the shot itself isn't bad. I didn't really have much soreness or anything. I just had these weird reactions. And I've never had a reaction to a flu shot like this. I've caught like a little bit of flu, but because sometimes I understand they use semi-live flu influenza, not just the dead virus cells. I don't know what they did, but something this year hit me, and it hit me hard. I haven't had a reaction in about 3 or 4 years. So, and it could be my changing body. My body's changing. It's exciting. Anyway, Charles D. Moissant has a link to that Facebook page. Please check it out, people. All right. That is a fine comic book. I am proud of my part on it, and we're going to get it out. We just like a little assistance. And if you pledge enough that we hit $3,000 on the stretch goal, he will have it printed and offset for a beautiful look. And Carleen says, since he's feeling better, dizziness and lightheadedness, how could you tell the difference from the usual? Don't unfriend me. Carleen, I am such a good actor. I'm a good enough actor that I went back and looked over what I did on Ron Fitzgerald's show and what I did yesterday at CromCon. You can't tell I'm not feeling 100%. I think the only visible sign is I wore a sweater vest on Friday night's show with Ron because I was just so dying of the chills. And, it's like I really have never had that kind of reaction from a flu shot before. And that's why my first thought was, oh crap, I've got the COVID. And then I took my temperature and I'm like, oh crap, I've really got the COVID. But it passed. Like I said, right now, except for some congestion, and that's pretty much it right now. So right now, I'm in pretty good shape. So, and Molly Daniels mocks me with her laughter as well. She should. Charles D. Moissant said this comic book, Brian actually wrote one of his better works to date. We also have a celebrity guest appearance as well as loosely based on America's Most Haunted Cemetery. That's right. Our Illinois friends like Sarah and Carl and Carleen will vouch that we have a cemetery in Midlothian, Illinois, that is one of the most haunted cemeteries in America. and it's quite the place. In fact, when Charles and ex-Disney animator Philo Barnhart and Kadrolsha and Ron and I went up there not last September, but the year before, and wandered around. I think it was just me and Philo had any problems. We had a time slip and with each other, and I was having problems with my cell phone and my camera around the place where the electronic interference is most heavy. So it was interesting. Oh, and I want to take a moment to thank everyone who's reacted to this show on Facebook. Let's see if there's anyone I haven't said hello to. Jason Snyder, thank you for being here, brother. Non-con, already looking forward to that next year. And Scott Tucky and Bill Sarden, glad to see you here, sir. And Becca Colgrove, Becca. Hope you're doing well. And two more on each that I can't see, but that's okay. You are loved. Thank you, everyone who is watching on the various platforms. And again, please give this video a like if you're enjoying it, even halfway or even a tenth of a way, a scintilla, just a little bit, because it's encouragement. And also, please, if you're watching on Facebook, please give the page you're watching a like, because that helps in the algorithms in coming up in people's news feeds. And you can also subscribe on both platforms, and be sure to ring the bell on YouTube, so you'll get notice that we are returning to the air. And we're not stopping now. Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician, says, in all honesty, the whole situation with the world is messing with me. All last weekend, I was going to bed crying because of all the stress on top of the girls rejecting dates. It is rough on a lot of people, Jake. You are not alone. But at least we've got each other. We can vent here. We can talk to each other and get a little comfort. You know, that's one of the reasons we are doing the show 3 times a week. I mean, before this thing started, I was only doing the show twice a week. And when the lockdowns began, I was doing it 3 times, I was doing it every day. That was a little much. But we're glad to do it. We're glad to do it. We all serve in our own ways. And it's truly, you need to be shot for COVID. It's truly, you need to be shot for COVID first. I don't know what you're saying here. But no, I don't know that I've had it or not. And the thing is, I can't get tested. I told Cookie maybe I should go right now, because this is the only time I'll ever get a chance. Because at least in Indiana, you can't get a COVID test most of the time. At least not with my hospital group, unless you have active signs. And as of right now, I don't again. So when I told them I'd go out with them after the virus, it's just so stressful having a brain that's not normal, says Jake Lindsay. You have found a home, then. There ain't a whole bunch of us here that are truly normal. Jake, get a map. Get a map of the state of Illinois. That is the only place you'll find normal. It's just north of Bloomington, Illinois. Just off of I-74. That's the only normal you can be relying on. Anything else, especially here, ain't normal, but we're proud of it. We wear it. And done, Grant Lankard. Thank you, Heather Ellen. You're the best. And Kathy Jackson, hugs, Brian. I hope you feel completely better soon. Thank you, Kathy. I love you. All my love to you and the family. Actually, I'm a lot better than I was Friday night. I was a little concerned. But anyway, because I don't often get the fever. I haven't had a fever that high probably since I was a kid. I remember when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I got a really bad flu, and my grandmother, the nurse who was taking care of me while Mom was at work, kept gleefully telling me about, hey, a couple more degrees and your brain will cook out. Thanks, Ma. Thanks, Grandma. You know, that's probably what happened. I probably hit that a couple times. So anyway, Molly Daniels, I went through 2 bottles of wine the first week in November. Oh, we still got a half a bottle of wine of Tracy Rosa. Tracy Rosa is also sells actually good wine. Not the cheap crap I usually buy, but no, Tracy Rosa has some excellent wine tasting parties. And if you have a charity contact Tracy Rosa because he will set up there and give you a cut. But anyway, Sarah, says Christian Basil. And Christian Basil, yes, butt congestion. Yeah, that's and Carl Wisman anticipates my next thought. There's a name for butt congestion, but let's not go into that. Yeah. I'm thinking that too. Let's not. Molly Daniels, our new anthology Bridges went live last week. Also, I interviewed a bridge, and boy, did things take a weird turn. I did a movie involving a bridge, not recently, but a few years ago. Check out Moonlight Films. About the 1 hour mark, I'm in Graveyard Stories. We had a story about a bridge. Brett Shurman, oh boy, Christian Basil, following me over to YouTube now. No, how do I know you're not stalking him, Brett? And Nick Tucker says, Brian, your title is Unnamed Speaker of Sanctified Cookie. That may be it. That's my whole role in life now. And Christian Basil says, if Brian keeps raising Cookie like the lyrics from 1776, we may see murder yet. Oh, yeah. Isn't that a great song? William Daniels, the voice of Kit, the doctor from St. Elsewhere, great actor. Captain Nice. He is awesome in 1776 playing John Adams, and that's my favorite song in the whole thing with him and Ken Howard and everybody. Mr. Adams, that's a fantastic movie, a wonderful soundtrack. Grant Lankard, have you been keeping up with the Who should replace Alex Trebek conversation? I like LeVar Burton and Jon Stewart the best so far. Well, what is it? I want to say Ken Hutchison, but no, that's Starsky and Hutch. The guy who won the most money ever on Jeopardy has been touted also as a potential host. I think LeVar Burton would be fantastic. He's personable. He's got charisma to burn. I've always liked him. I've been a fan of his ever since the Roots miniseries. He's a fine actor. He's great. I would love to see LeVar Burton. Jon Stewart would be a good second choice. But I think LeVar Burton would just edge him out, frankly. And I have also heard some people say, we ought to just let old episodes keep running. Because Alex is irreplaceable, really. And Christian Basil says, Brett, more for Sarah. Okay, that's more like it. Brian Rodman says, Christian Basil can be the missionary. I've heard he has some experience in that position. Hashtag 50 Shades of Christian. And then Christian died. And poor Sarah, says Brett Shurman. Sarah hasn't complained yet, Brett. And Carl Wisman, I actually had to dump a Pruitt this morning for narking on everyone. Really? Oh, man. That sucks. Seriously, everyone who gets on the Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page knows you must not be offendable. And then, every now and then Carl has to give someone the boot because they're like, oh yeah, I want to see the humor. Oh wait, that's offensive. Who told? I didn't know it was offensive. It's no secret. Good Lord. Anyway, Jake Lindsay, good for you, Carl. Jake Lindsay says, I have lots more illusions I'm going to debut at some point. Good for you. Yeah, the man went shopping this weekend. He's got some fresh material to work with. Good on you. And Brian, I took an altar boy. It's what Sarah wants. Well, that's you, Christian. Looking out for the needs of others. You bring a tear to my eye, young man. You bring a tear. Anyway, good for you. And Bill Sarton, good morning, sir. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Brian and Nevermorians. Definitely vote for Facebook Messenger Room over StreamYard. Much more options on the free version of Facebook Messenger Room. Yeah, it's the one thing where StreamYard is limited in the number of people that can come in, especially if you have the free version. Now, with the pay version, you can get up to 10. And it's got a lot more bells and whistles actually than that, but might as well, I'd say there's nothing wrong with using the Facebook page. I really have no issue with that at all. And hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Bill Sarn. Appreciate that as always, brother. And Buck for the win. I gotta agree. Oh, and John Pica's got a lecture gig also. Magi Jake, you are doing the work, man. Good for you. And oh, cool, Jake, definitely. And Trevor Hawkins says comparing Buck Rogers to Flash Gordon is like comparing Star Wars to Star Trek. Yeah, in a lot of ways it is. And it's one of those where, like Star Trek and Star Wars, they cross over into different media. And there's not just one iteration of them. And I don't think it's anything about there is a clear winner. Like I said, Buck just edges it out, and that's when I take all of his exploits into account. I seem to recall also the Gold Key Buck Rogers comics. Some issues were written by Arnold Drake, who in his day, wrote created the Doom Patrol that you're enjoying now on TV. He also wrote for Marvel for a brief time, was the writer on the X-Men. All right, so he's got a pedigree there, Arnold Drake does. And Bill Sarton says, my favorite outer space serial is Quisp. All right, good for you. Eric Hawkins says, but Gil Gerard was in Playgirl, Edge, Buck Rogers. Well, that's true. So I guess Gil's ahead. I guess Gil Gerard's ahead by about 6 inches. Glenn B. Fleming, glad you're here. Hey, Brian, I'm a little late. Glenn, we've been missing you, brother. Hope all has been well. Good to see you. Glenn B. Fleming is a great producer of comic-related material. You've got to check out his work on Amazon. He's great. And so is Rick Bradley, who is a producer of horror and novels and good stuff. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Glenn B. Fleming, glad to see you. And good to see you, Travis Gibb, man. It's good seeing you at the CromCon yesterday. And there we go. Cthulhu Invades. We need some support. Please check that book out. And there's 4 pages, I think it is, by the Eric Hawkins. So we got to take care of our own. Please check out Travis Gibbs' brand new book, Cthulhu Invades Oz. It's going to be a fantastic book. Looking forward to seeing that. Carl Wisman, and there's Rick Bradley, the latest guy to be censored by Facebook on the humor group. Good job. Really? Wow, when did Facebook get so concerned? Grant Lankard, I'm drinking from my Superman mug as well. Good for you, Grant. Amen, brother. It's just that I'm getting a cup that we're going to have in early December. And when you see it, folks, you may want your own copy too. We'll tell you more about it later. Now, Clyde Hall has the room. Wait, that's very good that it's free of cost in Florida. Okay, wait a second. We just jumped ahead here. We had a time jump. Good Lord. And hold on a second here. We are so far behind. And Sydney Cap, I see you here. Mwah, love you, hun. Hope you're having a great morning. And let's see. Nick Tucker and Charles Millhouse, Travis Gibb, and Charles Young's son. We're getting there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, Clyde Hall. That's what I meant. And then we got a dump of comments. Now, Clyde, you got cut off here, but I'll do the best I can. That's StreamYard limiting, not me. Charles Millhouse posted it yesterday, but with its writer and artist lineup, the early launch of Pulp Reality #1 is worth repeating. 7 tales of new pulp adventures, and one of them is Clyde Hall's premiere short fiction, Reel 1 for the Bee-Man. What happens when a new owner discovers that a faded dream palace is, in fact, enchanted? Pick up a copy and find out, with artwork by Ted Davies and Brian Morris's tale in this anthology too, and a whole bunch of really great people. It's on Amazon, Pulp Reality Action Adventure Pub, and we also have a bit.ly address for it that was posted earlier. Please check it out. Check out Pulp Reality #1, released early due to popular demand. And your work is awesome, says Charles Moisan. Yes, Clyde Hall is awesome. And Travis Gibb, hi, Rick Bradley. And congrats, Teresa, from Harley Slavic from YouTube. Glad to see you here, Harley. Good morning. Brett Sherman goes, YouTube wouldn't let me put my link in one message. So, yeah, I had to put the link separate from the original message. It'll let you put in your link. It's just not a hyperlink, but then people could see it and write it down. See, you don't want to miss an opportunity like that. And Rick Bradley says 7 amazing new pulp adventures await you in Stormgate Press's new collection, Pulp Reality #1. Millhouse, Morris, Nash, Hall, Bradley, and more. Check it out. Pulp Reality #1. It is exciting. And Travis Gibb, can't wait for that. It's going to be good, Travis. I can't wait for it either, but I am. Okay, I've waited. Where is it? Anyway, Grant Lankard, is it more or less racist that they cast a Swedish guy as a horrible Asian stereotype in Flash Gordon? No, because Max von Sydow gets a pass because he's so freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? We can get into that debate. I just assume not. He wasn't a horrible Asian racial stereotype, although, this was the original Flash Gordon was the era of, the Asian terror sort of thing, like Fu Manchu. I never thought of them as Asian. I thought of them as alien. He just happened to have Asian features. But Max von Sydow was so good. Is the thing. So, but no, seriously, it's a good discussion to have because it's uncomfortable and we need to have discussions about that. But we have to remember it's a product of its time also. We can apologize for it and promise to do better, but it is what it is. And congrats, Brian, on the 298 subscribers. I want more subscribers too, says Ted Davies. My turn. Am I at 298 already? Holy crap. I was at 2. Wow. Cool. I'm a little gobsmacked. Am I at that real? Hold on a second here. We got to check this out. Where are we at? Okay. Let's check me out. I'm going to Brian K. Morris. And let's do a search. And that's going to take a minute. And you lied to me. I'm at 299. Wow. I've gotten 50 subscribers this morning. Wow. I'm uncharacteristically speechless. Thank you, Ted Davies. And to everyone who's discovered me, I can only attribute it to Crom Khan and to Ron Fitzgerald. Thank you both, Ron and Pops Van Zandt, for this. Wow. And we reached 500. I'm going to have to do something nice for everyone. But thank you very much. Thank you, Ted Davies. I appreciate that. Wow. And Charles F. Millhouse, also, if you'd like to see your review appear in Pulp Reality 2, I hope to have a letters page. So send your emails to stormgradepress at gmail.com. Definitely do that. I am so looking forward to that book. That's going to be great. And I love Queen. Grant Lankard, another thing we got in common. They could have easily just taken the paycheck for Flash Gordon or the Highlander soundtrack, but they're both awesome. That's it. Queen, the classic Queen, never did that. They never took the easy path. When there was a harder road to take that, would yield better results, that's the one they took. Who else could do Bohemian Rhapsody? And I've heard that described as not the sex, shut up, Christian, but the best 6 minutes that, you can spend listening to music. And, and Queen albums, I grew up with Queen and Frank Zappa and Todd Rundgren. 3 of my favorite musicians, musical groups, etc. Because each album, it wasn't just the same type of music. I mean, I love bands where they play one kind of music with variations, and I enjoy the album. But, and also the Beatles, especially towards the latter part of their career, everything from Rubber Soul on, you didn't know what you were getting when you picked up a Beatles album, but you knew it was going to be great because they would put their heart and soul into it. Look at something like Abbey Road, Rubber Soul, Revolver, and of course Sgt. Pepper. There's ballads. There's something that sounds like it come out of a musical, stage musical. There's mystical psychedelic stuff. You just never knew. Everything from Todd Rundgren, from A Wizard, a True Star on, it's like a buffet of sound. And that's that's one thing Queen did too. They could do something grand, something like Bohemian Rhapsody. How many musical styles are in that one alone? And they could do something kind of cute like Killer Queen. They did punk. They did these majestic things. Brian May wrote a great, I think it was called 41. I think it was on the A Night at the Opera, and it's a science fiction song. of course, I was listening to a show on PBS. It was a, excuse me, a talk show, Saturday morning talk show, and the hosts had Brian May on, and they introduced him as the first astrophysicist they've ever had on the show who is on the rock. He was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was pretty impressive. But Grant, that Queen soundtrack is one of my favorites. Lady Hawk is another one. Great underappreciated movie by Richard Donner with Matthew Broderick and Rutger Hauer. And Michelle Pfeiffer, one of her first major roles. It's a fantastic film, and the soundtrack with Alan Parsons of the Alan Parsons Band is incredible. And movies: Flash, TV, Buck Rogers, one season, Colonel Wilma Deering defined powerful, competent, beautiful women. Second season, she was a little scaled back. Yeah, I agree there. They were trying to push that Hawk character who I liked. Plus, Corrugated Cardboard Brown Fighter is one of my favorite ships. Yeah, you can't complain about Doctor Who if you looked at a lot of what Hollywood was producing at that time too. The Eric Hawkins says, my weekend was super busy. Grandkid birthday. Oh, then that's the reason. That's why you couldn't be there. That's cool. Changing brake pads and finding out that the headlights aren't as easy to replace anymore. Might be easier to buy a new car. Yeah, for the last 20 years or so, like I've got a Saturn. I've got to take it to the shop to replace a headlamp. Because you actually have to take stuff out to get to it. I am not real happy with Saturns. I used to be able to check my transmission fluid. I can't. I have to take it into a shop to get it changed or checked out. About all I can do is check my oil, brake fluid, and washer fluid, and the radiator fluid. I'm getting good at that. But yeah, that's a shame. Eric is not old enough to remember. He's such a tender little child. But I can remember a time I could do all that stuff at home. The only thing I never learned to do was change my oil because I didn't really have a good place to do it. Anyway, Charles Millhouse, Mike Ebert is a true Hawkland crusader. Yes, he is. And I'm glad to have you here, Mike. I appreciate it, and thank you for not getting on my case when I called you Ebert. In Illinois, Roger Ebert was our guy. He was from Champaign, Illinois, where I lived almost half my life, and but I escaped. And of course, he worked out of the Chicago area forever. But I saw Ebert, and I condensed it to Ebert. So Mike Ebert, I'm glad you're here. Thank you, and thank you for being a Hawkland Crusader. I carry my card with pride. And thank you for talking about the cigar show, says Carl Witzman. Ted Davies works hard on that, and I just show up. Hey, it's a labor of love from both of you, and I feel it. Seriously. And if anyone could get me to start smoking, it's you two guys. I'm serious about that. And thank you for my stubby. And Russell Allen, that's okay. Rails are for chumps. We use the shoulder and pass on the right. That's right, by God. Yeah, safety is for losers. Here we go. Kathy Jackson says the first round of edits for Fascination, working title, is back from Steven Zimmer. He's awesome. I'm excited about this one as it's a gothic romance. May is long-lived, enjoying his existence. When he meets his soulmate in Saphira Altier, he gives her his heart. Should he bring her into his immortal world or enjoy their lives together as long as she lives? It has a romantic, libertine, tuck everlasting kind of vibes. Check it out. Check out Goodreads. Get on that. And Kathy, I am so looking forward to that book. I am so proud of you. And it's coming out from Seventh Star Press, and they absolutely rock. I love Steven Zimmer. He's a great human being. And good morning, Nevermore, is from Luke Stone's studio, this time on YouTube. Good morning again, Luke. Always a pleasure to see you, man. Don't talk to you enough. And well, hello there, Luke, says Sarah. And Justin Bieber is a horrible singer, says Jake Lindsay. He's a competent singer. He's just, at least up until recently, he's been a terrible human being, is my problem with him. And Charles F. Millhouse, to learn more about the Captain Hawkland universe, visit his official website at www.choosetheadventure.net. #ChooseTheAdventure. It's a great, great book series. I'm loving it. I really am. And good morning from Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. She is a talented author, a great lady, our chief inquisitor at the Church of the Rising Tide. And I just love her. Hey, how was your convention this weekend? I really, send me a PM or something. I really want to know. I hope you did well. And there is an excellent diversion. Smashwords, go look up Brian K. Morris. He's my favorite author. For reasons unknown. But anyway, please check out the work of Cindy Kep too. We're going to get to her right now on Amazon. Check out Cindy Kep and check out my work too. And thank you to everyone who's been buying my books lately. I do appreciate it. And I know you'll love Cindy Kep's too. She's got a wonderful, wicked imagination. And also please sign up for her free monthly newsletter at CKOEPP.com. Plus her webpage is pretty adorable. And Brian KM, I need to know your favorite role-playing class and species for my Heroes of 2020 Patreon patrons. Thank you, gallery. Oh, okay. My favorite role-playing class and species. The most fun I ever had, and there's only one system that would allow me to do it, was Hackmaster. Which is, for those of you who don't know, there's a long-running comic book called The Knights of the Dinner Table about a group of tabletop gamers out of Muncie, Indiana. It's hilarious. I love this book. And I actually I'm in a couple of issues, actually. One in a monkey mask, y'all, and then Christian died. But there was a spin-off game. They played a D&D parody called Hackmaster, and enough people wanted it that they actually created the game for it, and it's the only game in which I think you can play a half-orc bard. And I played a half-orc bard at a demo game in at Gen Con one year, which the very concept of it infuriated the GM so much he told me, I'm killing your character before the end of the game, and I didn't, and he was outraged. He's like, and he was complaining to one of the creators of the book, I tried to kill this guy, and he kept outwitting me. I'm like, talks about you as a GM, doesn't it? But anyway, but no, half-orc bard in Hackmaster was my favorite character. Because I play, they're not stupid. They're just slow. So I played him that way. And of course, he had limited, and of course, the orc, it's, the half-orcishness really impedes your ability to create great songs, about fire hot, food good, food really good, it's dry, gonna hunt. It's like most stuff was like 2 or 3 syllables for me. Cindy Kep says, even here, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, check him out on Amazon. We got a lot of cool people on Amazon. Charles F. Millhouse, Cindy Kep, Nick and Amanda Tucker. And please check out Amazon. We got good stuff. And Molly Daniels, too. And Kathy Jackson, Amy Hale. Check us out. Fill your library. And TSO's What Child Is This? The Christmas Canon and the Lost Christmas Eve. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yes. That stuff is beautiful. I love their Christmas albums, because I love hard rock. I love stuff that's non-traditional. So Charles F. Millhouse says, and there will be a Pulp Reality 2, and if sales warrant, there will be a 3. Look for stories by Bobby Nash, Kelly Austin, Amy Hale, and Ron Fortier of Airship 27. Now, Ron, I've had crazy creative love for that man ever since the 80s. He wrote the absolute best comic book version of the Green Hornet ever. He was the first one to incorporate all the Green Hornets, not just the radio days, with acknowledgement to his great uncle, who was the Lone Ranger, but also taking in the 1966 67, I guess it'd be, TV series, and then a brand new version that operated now. And great stuff from Now Comics. I wish that stuff could stay in print forever. And I bought tickets for their live show on December 18th. Ooh, lucky you, Molly. Is that in Indy? That's going to be fun. I've seen some of the videos of their shows. In fact, I saw a video where Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I don't remember where they were playing. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. But they went through their set, and then they brought out a guest, and the whole Trans-Siberian Orchestra was singing I Love Rock and Roll, led by Joan Jett. And you can see these guys, you see them in concert and they look so serious and they're getting into their own music. But you see them with Joan, and all of them are just grinning, like I'm on stage with Joan Jett. It was fantastic. And Trans-Siberian Orchestra is so good. I use their music year round. So do I, Jake Lindsay. It never gets old. And Cindy Cap, sadly, my nano adventure has gone trip, fall, bang, crash, splat, bonk, thud, crunch. Oh no. Prepping for attending and recovering from QuadCon meant 0 additional word count. I can catch up, I think. I got sick over the weekend, Cindy, so I'm in the same boat with you. I did produce about 800 words yesterday, though. I was pretty pleased with that. But we'll catch up, Cindy. We'll do it together. All right. And if you want progress reports on my NaNoWriMo progress, check out my Patreon account, Brian K. Morris, all lowercase, one word, and you'll find me. And Glenn B. Fleming says, for people who like real science fiction, go to Amazon and pick up my novel Encounter and his illustrated science fiction novel, Iapetus Rising. Oh, Glenn, that is so cool. That is very cool. Oh, and also Faith Noel. Thank you, Molly Daniels. That's a good one. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you, Cindy Cap. And again, at the crawl at the bottom is my PayPal me address, PayPal me, Rising Tide BCAM, where if you enjoy the look of this show and you're entertained by it and want to do a little something extra to make it more entertaining for others, please contribute whatever you feel free to do. We know times are tough, so we're not going to beat the drum about it too hard, but all the money from that will go to improving the look and the sound of these broadcasts and the upcoming videos that we're going to be producing real soon, as well as the look of our publications. We got some cool stuff coming out real fast. Cookie's working real hard on it. And gospel magician Jake Lindsay says, for the sake of our brother is my favorite. That's a beautiful song. And hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Cindy Cap. Appreciate it. I love you, hon. And Amazon.com, there is that link for Glenn B. Fleming. Check out his work. He is a great, great writer. He really is. And author Michaela Jade. Mwah! Well, sorry, friends. Sorry I've been MIA. I've been taking care of my mom-in-law. Hey, hope she's doing better, hon. Really hope she's doing better. Hope you're holding up too. And don't forget, if you want to support Michaela Jade, then go to Amazon and pick up her book, Warrior Secret. She is working on the sequels right now. She is awesome, and I adore her. And Glenn B. Fleming, Iapetus Rising. And I'm sorry I'm butchering that, Glenn, but there it is on Amazon. Please check it out. Check out that work and get you a copy of it. And check out Patreon, urges Cindy Cap, to support your favorite artistic sorts. Interesting folks like Brian K. Morris, who's he? S.L. Rowland, Frozen Creek Studios, The League of Impossibilists, that's John B. Pica. Hope you're feeling well this morning, John. The Historical Fencing Guild, of course, that's Nick Tockard, and the one, the only Bobby Nash. And maybe Cindy Cap soon. I hope so. And Carlene, oh no, the emphasis of 2 words that do not need to be together. I'd go back to bed if I didn't have a lunch date. Oh no. Oh dear. And Milk and Cookies by Clint Black is really good. Okay, I haven't heard that one, Jake. Oh, there is one. Oh, there's another song. I can't remember, but it's by a boy band. From several years ago. They're probably doddering old men by now, but probably in their 20s. But it was not something about the girl, but it was something like that. But it was a song about Santa put me on the naughty list. And it's a fun little pop song about a guy that snuck a kiss under the mistletoe, and Santa now has it in for him. Maybe Kathy Jackson says, good morning, Michaela, and morning, Kathy, says author Michaela Jade. What? Both of you ladies. And Cindy Cap says, I rather like some fairly unusual Christmas songs like Lulay My Liking and Let All Mortal Flesh Keep Silence. Ooh. I love that title. I love that last title. That's awesome. And Apologetics also has some very fun Christmas songs. Oh, so does Pentatonics. We love their Christmas albums. Pentatonics rocks. We love acapella. We really do. And got to flip over to YouTube. Facebook isn't playing nice. What else is new? Yeah, as a creator, I got a survey last night from YouTube of all places, asking my opinion on my various platforms, and I mentioned Facebook. If only by default, YouTube came out nicer, okay? And The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is good for all things Doctor Who. Excuse me, pardon me. That's true. And check out their Facebook page. Check out, give that page a like, and let's get Christian Basil closer to 50,000 likes on that page. Check them out on YouTube, and check out the show Tuesday night where they pay a tribute to a dear friend who was a Fourth Doctor cosplayer who touched a great many lives. All right, Bill Sarn lists his favorites: White Christmas by Bing Crosby, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Gene Autry, Silver and Gold by Burl Ives, the Bing Crosby and David Bowie 1975 duet. I agree with you there. And the entire Charlie Brown Christmas album and Rocky Mountain Christmas album by John Denver are my favorites. Yeah, that's good stuff there, Bill. And yeah, I like some of the traditional stuff too. That is very cool. And people are going to love your story, Clyde. I can't wait to read it, Clyde. That's going to be great. And on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, tune into the Historical Fencing Guild and support your local swordmaster. That's an entertaining show. Seriously, Nick does a great job on that. And Braveheart, Carly. Braveheart. And hello, YouTube friends. And hello, Michaela, says Carl Wisman. Magi Jake Lindsay, Gospel Magician. The virus might take over our lives, but it'll never take our freedoms. Braveheart reference. Thank you. If the worst thing I've got to do is stay 6 feet away from you and wear a mask, hey, I wear a mask every Halloween. Luke Studio says, I don't know why y'all are doing up in Indiana. Jacksonville has 2 million people, and it ain't that bad. I'll be there next week for Thanksgiving, but I'll be bathing regularly in hand sanitizer. Yeah, I've been drinking hand sanitizer for months now, and nothing's happened to me except for Friday night. So I wake up blind for about an hour in the morning every morning, but it's you do what you got to do to stay healthy, right? But anyway, sorry we can't get together for Thanksgiving though, Luke, but I understand. Stay safe for you and your family. The world needs you, brother. And Cindy kept out of break already. Blarg. Well, I'll have to catch up with you later, but in the meantime, go get Mindstorm and Condemned Courier, which are currently under $4 for paperback on Amazon. Please check out Cindy Kep's work before she comes to her senses and realizes how valuable it is. So please check that out. It's going to be great. And we are going to run a spot by Cindy at the end of this program here. Check it out for a look at all of her great books and some terrific reviews. And Molly Daniels, this time of year, I'd rather be in Jacksonville, already over this cold weather. Yes, seriously. And I don't go outside most of the time. Bill Sarton says, join the Far Out and Groovy people by clicking on Sarton Art 76 on Facebook for all things from yesteryear. We'll bring you back to better days with our rockin' retro watch parties, marvelous merry memes, and wacky warm-up sketches will tickle your tummy and warm your heart. So check out the artwork of Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again. All right, great copy there. Great copy, Bill. And Carlene, Bachelor's Grove is mentioned on almost every paranormal show. Well, every paranormal show's got to have something to aspire to. And please tune into Willow's Pillow Talk this Friday, because her guests will be Heather Ellen and Russell Allen at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Two fine, super fine people with a super fine hostess. Definitely check out Willow's Pillow Talk. Great show. I was on there a couple weeks ago with Michaela Jade, and we both had a blast. We love sharing a pillow with Willow. And Heather Ellen can't wait. Ooh, I'll be there. Willow and Heather together. Oh, Penthouse Forum. I never thought it'd happen to me. But anyway, very nice. And as it should be, Carly, says Sarah. Carl Wisman says, hope Bill Sarton is feeling better too. Yeah, you were sounding a little rough the other night too. Yeah, it was like right after I left the green room that I started getting my symptoms. And I was feeling a little off during the show or during the meeting, but then I got off, so to speak, and went downstairs to get myself a beverage for Ron Fitzgerald's show. And then I just shook like a leaf on a tree. I could barely stand up. I could barely hold anything. And I felt like somebody had just replaced my blood with ice cubes. I was really cold, and then I took my temperature and was like, "Oh, that's not good," but I did it anyway. So anyway, I'm legendary for my determination. My body's changing, and I like it. BKM is going through puberty again. This time, Sarah, I'm going to get it right. I swear to God. I had one chance and I blew it, so to speak. Shut up, Christian. And Russ Island, please tune in tomorrow for the maiden voyage of Zeno Titan at 8 p.m. Central from Russ Explode Studios. Books with Heart. Don't miss out on the day one backer bonus and get notified of launch at that Kickstarter address. Definitely check it out. So when that goes live, you get told. So definitely check out that book. I read it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I finished it, actually. And on the next ABC After School special, yeah, they won't be going near this show. And I sell wholesales to retailers too. Got several titles and series to offer. Yes, he does. And they are awesome. And awesome, Luke. I agree. Sarah, and I agree on this. And 13 people are watching and only 9 likes on YouTube. It only takes a second, folks. The Dark Mistress has spoken. Yes, Sarah is the Dark Mistress of the Church of the Rising Tide. So you better get it straight, people. And actually, I see right now 12 people are on my page, but that's okay. If y'all could just take a second and give this a like, if you are enjoying this. If you're not enjoying it, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. Anyway, Jake Lindsay says, I thought Carly was the Dark Mistress. You two can, I think they're going to Jello wrestle for the title. I'm the Dark Mistress, and Carly is the Dark Misses, according to Carl. Well, there we go. We've got everything separated now. It's all good. And my nano word count is at a whopping 4731. I might make 5K by the end of the month. That's 5K is better than where you were at. I'm at, I broke 10,000 last week. I think I'm up around 14,000, but I am way behind where I should be. I mean, we're more than halfway through the month. I should have at least 25,000 words in the can by now, but I don't. But it happens. So I'm still closer than I was. Here in Florida, says Luke Stone, anyone can get tested as often as they like, free of cost. We plan to get tested this week before travel just to give family and friends peace of mind. And good for you. Seriously. I wish Indiana was just a little more okay. At least my hospital facility won't let me. I don't know what their problem is. I just, I'm volunteering to get a cotton swab in the brain. It's like, you got to honor that kind of commitment, I think. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, Carl, that explains the message from Facebook I got about the video of the dog with a sword chasing around that guy. Oh, dear. At least there were worse things he could have been chasing him with, and we'll probably find him all soon. Joe McKeel, I see him waiting in the queue there. I'll get to you soon, my brother. Glad to see you here. Stupid o'clock. Pair of great shows this last weekend. Looking forward to the next one. And I watched the launch yesterday. Dude, that was beautiful. Yes, yesterday America made history, and so did Elon Musk by putting 4 astronauts in space. The first time in something like 20 years that astronauts have launched from the Cape in a NASA ship. I think we've gotten other nations to carry us up to space. Hey, you going up there? Hey, can we tag along, sort of thing? But it was a beautiful, beautiful textbook launch, beautiful imagery from a magnificent looking spaceship. It was great. Anyway, very good that it's free of cost in Florida, Luke. That's a good thing for you and your wife to do for yourself and others. Sarah, I gotta agree. I would love to get tested. I think everyone should get tested. I'll study all night if I have to, but good on you, Luke. And sorry, I'm late. It's 11:30 and I just rolled out of bed. Hey, you're out before the crack of noon. I say it shows some industry, Joe McKeel. Glad to have you here, guy. And Carl Westman says, sorry, I was off doing dark, unholy business. Yes, Sarah is right. And that was tame, says Carl Westman. Yeah, for the Carl's group, that is. And that's what I was thinking. Lord knows I posted worse things there, says Rick Bradley. I think we all have. And Cheese Nips, a classic, and it's still up there. Everyone's into... Never mind. And hello, Travis. This is Rick Bradley. Bill Sargent says, hey, Brian, I think I figured out how to solve your problem about getting behind on comments. Just hire that guy who rapid reads all the disclaimer on the medicine commercials. Yeah. I think I know how they do it. Because I can do it with an editing tool I've got called Audacity. Is you can actually cut out the spaces between words. You can edit them out. And you can actually speed up the tape without losing the pitch. Without making the pitch go up, because it's so fast. I don't think it's a problem anymore. I think people who post and then have to wait a half hour to 45 minutes or more to hear their comment, it may be a problem, but then they you just have to account for it, all right? And I do have people that stay for the whole thing. Will Schuyler watched the launch of Dragon last night. Hope the astronauts are doing good as they travel through space to their destination. Yeah, I think they're going to reach the International Space Station sometime tonight. I'm excited. I'm excited by this, Willow. I can see you're a space fan too. I grew up in the early days of NASA, man. I remember my first grade teacher took us into a room where, and we never came out. No, we got to watch John Glenn orbit the Earth. That was so exciting. I mean, it was every comic book, every TV show I'd ever read come to life. It was so beautiful and nice on the 299 subs. Thank you very much, Carl. I'm gobsmacked about it. I really am. And thank you to everyone who is signed up for my humble little page, and I appreciate it. I hope to be worthy of your love. And we've got 141 videos on there. I didn't realize that, and we just broke 300 people. We just broke 300 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you very much. And everyone, if you think that it doesn't matter, it does to me. Thank you very much, all you guys and gals, for your support. Oh, wow. I need a moment here. Anyway, thank you, Carl. And I posted my Facebook link on YouTube. It deleted it for some reason, says Jake Lindsay. Yeah, sometimes I think if you put it in the body of your comment, it will stay there. Now, it doesn't create a hyperlink. It's like Instagram in that it doesn't create a hyperlink, but at least it's there. You can cut and paste and then put it in your browser. Grant Lankard, I once asked Masks von Sydow, why the long face? I don't know why he replied because it was in Swedish, but he seemed offended. It's probably something in Swedish, it's insulting. Like Coca-Cola can't be called Coke over in Japan, I think it is, because it refers in their language to the male appendage. No, not your fingers. Anyway, Joe McKeel says this day was going absolutely perfect. Then I got out of bed. Sorry, Joe. Hope we're helping. And Todd Rundgren trying to make a living off an LP's worth of tunes. Awesome. Yes. And that's the kind of song I love, because I try to do that in my acting and my fiction, in that it's a sprite little song about a guy who's trying to make a living off an LP's worth of tunes. And does that date us that we know what an LP stands for? Holy cats. Long playing record. Anyway, and at the end of it, he goes through this wonderful manic ending, and then suddenly he stops and he sings very seriously, I want to change the world. And and he uses it at the end of his YouTube videos too, that little sequence, I want to change the world. And I've been going through a utopia phase again recently. Last week I was feeling down, so I posted Just One Victory. And I love that song. That gets me going. Charles F. Millhouse says, here is that short URL for Pulp Reality one more, and that is bit.ly/PulpReal01. I will commit that to memory. I will. And now for my humorous post, birds of a feather flock together and then poop on your car. Thank you, Joe McKeel, for the message of the day. This has been a public service announcement from Rising Tide Publications. Sometimes I ask why, says Joe McKeel. Then I look at the source of the whatever and just shake my head and say, never mind. Yeah, that would be us then. And I have studied the situation and come to the conclusion I haven't got a clue. Well, you're in good company here. We are as cluistic as anyone else you could hope for. Brian Rodman says, great show, my friend. Can't wait to hang with you all tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a great day, everyone. Stay nerdy. We're working on it, Brian Rodman. BrianRodman.com. Thank you for being here, guy. It's always a pleasure. And Joe McKeel says, okay, that's enough. Yeah, you've been humorous long enough. Go back to bed, Joe, and lie down till the feeling passes. And City Cap, I need your favorite class and race as well. Nick, I should have told you sociology, William Shakespeare Appreciation 101 and Indianapolis 500. Eric Hawkins says, Jake, YouTube won't let you post links unless you are a moderator for the channel. Okay, there we go. Molly Dan says, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra's live show is streaming for only December 18th. They're only $30. Wow, the link is good for only about a week afterwards. That's beautiful. That's good. And Mark Leonard, greetings from the prairie. Professor Mark, how you doing? How are the fam? And I saw your message. I just haven't had an opportunity to reply to it yet. I will get to it today, sir. Good to have you here, Mark. As always, please sign up for Cindy Cap's newsletter at ckoepp.com. Implores Bill Sarden. You will not find a more insightful and morally uplifting monthly newsletter that I personally always find to be a sincere blessing. I do too. It is a great newsletter, the absolute best I read every month. And Glenn B. Fleming, Brian, just to let you know, you rock. Glenn Fleming, I don't rock. You rock, man. You totally are awesome. You're spectacular, just like Keanu would say. But anyway, thank you, Glenn. Appreciate you, brother. Really do. And About Anything by Twisted Christmas. Oh, yeah. That's a great album. Also, check out Luke Stone Studios on Patreon. Early access to new issues. Oh, I forgot you're on there. I may have to swing on by and give you $1. Anyway, Sarah, you did awesome on Ron's show last Friday night. Thank you, Sarah. So I appreciate that. I'm so glad you were there, too. I never would have guessed you were feeling under the weather. There's that acting in play. Yeah, I felt bad because originally I was supposed to go up to Ron's place. I realize now I'd have never made it home. So it's good that I canceled my in-person appearance. And at the time I was feeling it, I couldn't be sure I wasn't infectious. So I didn't want to give it to everyone up there either, if it was communicable. I know now it's not. But due to circumstances beyond my or Cookie's control, she had to have the car I would need to take up there. So it all worked out. But thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. It was a great joy to see you in the audience, and Melly, and oh my God, so many great friends, and made some new ones. And it was a joy to see you there, Sarah. As always, because I love them out of you. All right. I really do. And the medical terminology for your violent shaking is shaking like a dog in beach seats. Oh man, that's how I felt too, man. I felt like I was pushing my out sideways. But no, after it lasted a couple hours that bad. I went to bed with a fever. And I'm not going to say what it was, but it wasn't good. I was a tad concerned. So, last time I had a fever like that, I was with Grandma Burnett, and you remember her. Of all the people to be sick around, the nurse was no great choice. But anyway, I got through it. I'm feeling actually, except for a little congestion and a little bit of a cough, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm really feeling good. But let's catch up with your stuff, shall we? Let's do that. And Kathy Jackson, if you have a Kickstarter book link or promotion, please share them at Kathy Jackson's Books. No need to ask for permission. All are welcome. She'll even let me do it. Go figure. But anyway, Kathy, I'm going to post some stuff there soon, I promise. And 300 subs. Ted Davies, congrats. Share the wealth, please. Go to Ted Davies Artistry and check out what this great man does. He does a lot for the community, and I appreciate the hell out of him, and you will too. So please sign up for his page, all right? I would love to share the wealth, Ted. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm grateful. I'm amazed, actually. And subscribe, Ted Davies. See, I've done my part. Ted, shut up. Anyway, no, seriously, check out Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube, on Facebook, and TedDaviesArtistry.com. He's amazing. Thank you, Kathy Jackson. You're pretty darn amazing, too. And Ted realizes this, and up to 14 likes on the YouTube. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you to everyone who's liking the show. And congrats on subscribers. You deserve that level. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate yours. All right. And I appreciate everybody that signed up. We will redouble our efforts to make this the best we can do here on this channel and bring you some quality entertainment and inspiration and information. And 300s, congrats. Thank you, Joe McKeel. Appreciate it, Joe Dog. You are awesome. And happy Monday from Matt Shore, putting out the Kickstarter call again to show some love for a character that really needs it. Tommy the Monster Hunter for Hire. Please check out that Kickstarter. Give it some love too. All right. Thank you, Matt. And Carl Witzman, I think I have 11 subscribers on YouTube, which is about 6 too many considering the quality there. Oh, Carl, you got, if nothing else, Carl, share your cigar show on there. Seriously, I think I'm a subscriber too. I'm probably one of the 6 too many. If you're a fan of space, as Brian Wensloff, check out the show on Disney called The Right Stuff. Not to be confused with Weird Al Yankovic's The White Stuff. That's the stuff inside an Oreo. Don't get confused. Anyway, Brian Wenzoff, Reels and Heels, every Saturday at 2:15 Eastern, 1:15 Central. Good show, good guy. And congrats, Brian. Thank you, Carly. Carly, thank you so much. And have a blessed knee. He is not one of the knights who say knee, but he's a good guy. Thank you, Magi Jake. Appreciate you, brother. And Molly Daniels said, we have proof. I watched the moon launch, but it looks like I was posing from the camera in front of Grandma's TV. I was only 2.5 years old. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And have a blessed day, my friend. You too, Magi Jake. You have a great one, too. Glad you were here. Always glad to see you. And hey, says Kathy Jackson. Have a good day, Jake. We all say that. Have a good day, Jake. And more comments shot in here. Hold on. And anyway, nice to be in your company, Jake. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And cluistic. I like that word. Yeah. Cluistic if you have it going for you, but acluistic is like being asymptomatic. You don't show any evidence of having a clue, which is how I am frequently. And everyone have a productive day. Go forth, create, and buy a copy of Pulp Reality #1. We'll be running that spot later in the show after the credits, and we hope you will pick up a copy. That is Pulp. Do bit.ly/pulp REAL01. All right, that's the shortcut to get there. And Bill Sarn says, great show, Brian. Thank you very much, Bill Sarn. Appreciate that. But I gotta get going. Still recovering from my creeping crud and drinking OJ. Plus, I'm getting a blood transfusion from Keith Richards. They'll superpower my immune system. Before I go, I have a question for all the mind readers watching. Glenn B. Fleming says, you mentioned the Beatles. As a 16-year-old, I went to the record store to buy my first album. I was going to buy T-Rex, which would have been a good choice, but decided to buy McCartney, the Cherries album, and came home with Abbey Road, one of the best decisions I ever made. I must have listened to it at least 3 times a month for the past 50 years. That's a beautiful album, and, that is, if you're going to end on a high note, that's the one. I mean, the Beatles were at the peak of their creativity, peak of their creative power. I mean, Ringo had finally emerged as a songwriter in the quartet. And what a lot of people don't realize, I'm sure you know this, Glenn, but their evidence came out like last year or two that Paul, John, and George had a meeting. Ringo was off, I think, in Spain filming the movie The Magic Christian at the time, and there is evidence of a phone call that the three made to Ringo, in that they had decided that the lineup of the Beatles albums would be, I think John would write 4 songs, Paul would write 4 songs, George would write, I think, 2 or 3, and Ringo would write at least 1. And they were going to just, mix up the albums that way. But they never made another album after that, unfortunately. But we have such a great body of work that survives that fabulous foursome. But yeah, Abbey Road is that's one of my Desert Island albums. It really is. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Glenn B. Fleming. And thanks for all you do, Brian K. Morris. You're a gentleman and a scholar. As are you, Ted Davies. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. We'll help you survive your lockdown. I promise. In style. Have a great day, good sir. Hope you feel better. I do, Russell Elm. Thank you. Hope you are doing well, man. And Rick Bradley says, everyone take care and stay creative. Excuse me, stay creative. I think I need another cup of coffee, people. I think that's on my agenda. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry you have to hear me coughing. But anyway, and Bobby Nash, I stuck around long enough to say howdy to Bobby Nash. Bobby, it's great to see you. Hope your Monday's treating you well. Hope everything's going well for you, my friend. BobbyNash.com. And don't forget, it may be cold outside, but no matter what the temperature, it is always hashtag the summer of snow. And Bobby's got some great plans coming out for the new year. And I'm excited, especially one in particular, and we'll have more news on that as it comes out. Also, check out Bobby Nash has a Patreon account that you should get on. I am one of his patrons and proud of it, and this man got a lot of good stuff. It is good stuff. Bobby, glad to have you here. Also, check out last Tuesday's Clever Tile Pending with Bobby Nash and Jim Beard, 2 of my favorite writers. 2 great tastes that taste good together. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? Anyway, thank you for being here, Bobby. And buy Bobby's books, by the way. BobbyNash.com. All right. Great show for a great day. Thanks, Brian. Everyone be safe and stay healthy, says Clyde Hall. You and Virginia both. You take care, guys, okay? Oh, and surprise Cookie isn't wanting to be fed, says Carleen. She's probably off somewhere glaring at me. I feel the waves of hatred now. I'm going to take care of her. I promise, Carleen. Thank you for being here. Mwah. And Brian Wenzoff. This Saturday on Reels and Heels, we will be doing a look back at the 30-year career of one of the best pro wrestlers of all time, The Undertaker. On November 28th, we are doing a special episode of Reels and Heels as we discuss the show Supernatural, which ends its 15th season this Thursday. I have not seen one single episode of Supernatural, and I want to. One of these days I will, I promise. But anyway, check out Reels and Heels. Great show. Great host Brian Wenzoff and Nicole Jobin. And it's a good show. You will love it. You'll find it fascinating. Anyway, Bobby, says Charles F. Millhouse. And Bobby Nash is one of the contributors to Pulp Reality #1. So much demand that it is being released early. Almost, 3 weeks early, 2 weeks early? Anyway, it's real early. You got to get a copy. I'm in it. Bobby Nash is in it. Charles F. Millhouse, Rick Bradley, Candace Comaleary. I could go. Clayton Merwin, a whole bunch of Nevermorians are in there. The only thing it needs are your fingerprints all over it. So get your copy today on Amazon. That is bit.ly/Pulp Real 01. In fact, I am going to do this. Let's see. I think this is it. Let's see. Let's just do this. ly/Pulp. Let's do this right. I spent time creating it. Let's do it right. Sorry for the shaking, people. All right. And there is the shortcut address. I don't know if you have to put like an HTTP in front of it or whatever. But anyway, check it out. That's the shortcut to get to Pulp Reality #1 on sale early because you demanded it. All right. A clever title pending endorsed publication. Anyway, there it is. bit/Pulp Real 01. Check out that book. It is going to be so much fun. And Geek Insider agrees. So did Rising Tide Publications. So you know it's good. Anyway, that is the show for today. I do need to get off the air and get some more hot fluid into me. Shut up, Christian. And then Christian died. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me whine about my illness over the weekend. We are feeling considerably better, and Cookie is still working on her injury. We're making progress on that, but it's going to be slow, unfortunately. But anyway, hope you all have a fantastic Monday. It's going to be as good or as bad as you make it, so you've got the choice. Do you choose to make it a great Monday, or do you just allow other people to decide that it's going to be a crappy day for you? Spite them. #fueled by spite. So have an amazing day. I'm going to insist on it, all right? And it doesn't matter what the weather. It's going to be great because we'll be together tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. with our guest Brian Woodring excuse me, I get their last names mixed up. I don't know why, because I'm an adult. Anyway, Brian Rodman, BrianRodman.com, Memoirs of an Angel, and Jeremy Woodring. That's the correct order. Check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast and check them out tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending and bring your questions. You're going to get a chance to learn about podcasting, how you could start your own, about video, how you could start your own business, and about comic books. See what I'm saying? This is like a C store of information tomorrow night at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. And then we'll be back Wednesday morning for a brand new Nevermind the Furthermore. Hopefully with me coughing less. And here we go. And let's see. Oh, and we have comments. I need to be fed, says Molly Daniels. Carleen says, I think we all do. Yeah, I could use something too. Glenn B. Fleming, thanks, Brian. Keep well and safe. Glenn, the same to you, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you as always. And bye all. Mwah. Bye, Carleen. Thanks for being here. And sign, I'm getting better. Want more than soup. Yeah, I had a pizza the other night, and I wasn't really hungry, but by God, I wasn't going to pass up pizza. Love me some Mad Mushroom, and have a great Monday, everyone. Hugs from Kathy Jackson. Hugs and love back to you and the family, Kathy. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you have an amazing Monday. And we also want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. When the look of your book matters to you, think of Plasma Fire Graphics. We're going to show you some reasons why real soon. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Love you all. We love you right back, Brian Winslow. Thank you for being here, guy. All right. And let's see. I got a notice there. I know I get email. I always do. But anyway, please join us tomorrow night for another clever title pending with Brian Rodman and Jeremy Woodring. And then the week after that, great guest after that, but you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out who that is. Also, in fact, our November's closing strong on Clever Title Pending, so make that a Tuesday night habit, all right? Also, let's see. Be sure to check out our website, risingtidepublications.pub. You can sign up for our free monthly newsletter there. The trash truck is coming by. Oh, wait, no, that's a street sweeper. That's a different one. Anyway, please, if you're go to risingtide.pub and please sign up for our free monthly newsletter. The next issue will go out December 1st. We have interesting videos that'll tell you what's going on with us and the company. We also have sometimes special offers. We have special guest editorials occasionally. But what we mostly have is motivation, education, and inspiration. That's what we're trying to give to you from the Rising Tide newsletter. So please sign up today. Or if you have Facebook Messenger, PM me with your email address and I will sign you up myself, okay? If you're watching on YouTube, on either the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page, thank you to my 300 subscribers. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And please, if you're there and you haven't subscribed already and you like what you've been seeing, please like this video, give it a thumbs up, and then please subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be notified of any future new content that comes on that page. And we do at least 4 things a week. We're going to be upping that amount real darn soon. Pardon me. And if you're watching on the Geek Insider page on YouTube, also give the video a like there if you would, please. And also go to Geek Insider and check out our past episodes. You can also do the same on my Rising Tide Publications page on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, please give this video a like. And please, if you're watching on Rising Tide or Indie Event, please like the page because it helps us in the algorithms. And you can and also you can ring a bell there too, so you can be notified of future broadcasts. All right. And so I guess that's all. And thank you, Carl Witzman. I appreciate it. And he's going to feed his Carly. It's a good man. And sheesh, I know it's tough being so in demand, isn't it? Oh, yeah. In service to our women. And have a great day. Russell Allen, you too. Thanks for being here, brother. Good luck with your Kickstarter there. Be sure to support Xeno Nanite Titan when it launches later today, okay? Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you to our new YouTube subscribers. Wow. That is a blessing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so very much. We will do our best not to let you down. In fact, we're going to thrill you as much as we can. So in closing, this is Brian K. Morris of Rising Tide Publications saying, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. All right. Have a great Monday, and we will see you tomorrow on Clever Title Pending, and definitely see you on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. for another Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a magnificent Monday.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on days gone by with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Vault podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Vault IndieVolt.com, the IndieVolt YouTube channel, and the usual IndieVolt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.